Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. It is Illinois Archery season 2018, week number 10. But there's a problem, and that is that it's shotgun season, and I'm leaving for Oklahoma to go on a boar hunt with my buddy Tripper Sadler. I like to be prepared for things, so I've basically spent this whole week packing and getting all my archery equipment together. Speaking of making it weird, I am planning on using a spear on this boar hunt. Spear hunting is weird. I'm weird. Wile E. Coyote is my spirit animal, it seems, so I don't really know what's going to happen, but I'm trying to hedge my bets for success. And I'm not going to bullshit you. This is a high fence hog hunt that I'm going to do. So I'm going to leave that up to your own opinions. I realize that spear hunting is controversial. And so it's funny because I really have nothing to lose. Because the only sponsor that I have is Three Rivers Archery. If you want a discount code for your Three Rivers Archery supplies, then use the discount code of Tex Grebner in your checkout. And it's not like I'm going to lose Three Rivers as a sponsor if I'm successful on this spear hunt, because they sell the Cold Steel Spears to begin with. If you want to make it weird, you can go to TexGrebnerOutdoors.com, check the merchandise store, and use the coupon code or promo code of WEIRD for 20% off on all Tex Grebner Outdoors merchandise from now until the end of 2018. I'm really excited to be heading down to Oklahoma to try and get away from this winter weather here, because you can probably see my breath smoking here in my garage. So I admit I'm super nervous. I hope it goes well. Hopefully kill with sticks. So I'm getting ready to head to Oklahoma for this spear hunt, and it's going to be at Black Mountain, which is a high fence hog outfitter. And these are wild hogs. They just happen to have been trapped out of the ecosystem and put into the high fence paddock. I'm not going to pretend like it's not exactly what it is. However, the last boar I got there was full of bird shot because he'd been trapped wild before he went into the enclosure. And I just want to get this out of the way right now that I grew up hunting pheasants that we set out, and we'd set them, walk to the end of the ditch, and then go and try and kick them back up. Most of the time, we didn't even find a single one because we never had a hunting dog. But I also grew up fishing a farm pond, and I admit that fishing a farm pond bass is incredibly different than if I were to go down to Crow Creek and try and fish out a smallmouth out of a wild water. It's still fishing, but it is definitely a different kind of fishing. And so I just want to make it known that, yeah, I believe in fair chase bow hunting, but what I'm doing is not necessarily what you might call a canned hunt, because these pigs are cagey, they're wild. Most of them were born in the wild, taken out of the local ecosystem, and put inside the enclosure. And these things get shot at every day. Now, I am hopeful of getting it done with the spear, because if there's one thing that I know, it is these things are fast. And so I feel like I have a better chance with the spear because it is completely silent than I do with a bow, where there's the twang of the string, because that pig can be gone by the time that your arrow gets there. Now, again, it's going to be a high fence hunt. You're going to probably be hunting over feeders out of tree stands. But now that I've been there and experienced it, I wouldn't really call it a canned hunt. An animal for high fence, if it's native game, has been raised in captivity. It has been selectively bred over generations for trophy quality, and so it's not going to be the same as if it were a product of wild Darwinism, where you didn't know that they were going to be there. And so that's why high fence hunting for native game animals is so problematic, because at that point it does seem very much like a canned hunt. You know there's trophy deer in here, but now you're going in there like you're fishing a farm pond. But it also becomes interesting in the fishing analogy, because if we're talking about exotics or hogs, an exotic game animal in a high fence hunting ranch isn't a whole lot different than you going to a stream and fishing out a non-native fish that is stocked by the state. So what I've got going on here is a clay bird on top of that target down there at about the same height as where I want my spear to enter the pig. Because it's almost always straight down at an ethical spear range out of a stand, which does make it problematic to figure out your angles of where you actually want the spear to come down. Because a traditional side spot on a target is going to be way too low to actually pass all the way through the vital organs. Is the spear low percentage for success? Yes. Is the spear an ethical method when you use it within its range of success? The answer, unequivocally, is yes. Well, it's Tex Grebner Outdoors after all, so you can count on things not going according to plan or going right. I'm getting all my gear sorted out. I have almost everything found, but I cannot find my monopod for filming on stalks. So I had to get a little bit inventurous. If you've never heard inventurous, it is a combination of inventive and adventurous. So here is a black diamond telescoping trekking pole, lifesaver for train to hunt and any rough terrain, and I use it quite frequently to get down the muddy ass hill to my deer hunting spot. But I have affixed a trail camera head onto the top of this with electrical tape. So I have inventurous myself a monopod for filming stalks down at Black Mountain, getting my broadheads sharpened, being nervous, and also super excited. So you're going to want to tune in next week to see how the boar hunt comes out. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. Please become my friends over at threeriversarchery.com. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement and those of you serving in the military. And thanks for watching Tex Grebner Outdoors.